Benson.
Number 3 is Dundee Lad, the mount of Damien Skehan.
One of the best backed horses than before, Early Doors, Joseph O'Brien and Patrick Mullins.
By Soldier of Fortune, as is number 5, Fortune Street, trained in County Wexford by Paul Nolan, will have the assistance of Barry O'Neill.
Number 6, Gallant John Joe for Oliver McKinnon and Richie Deegan claiming 7.
Number 7, Holographic, trained by Willie Mullins, the 4-year-old in the colours of Ballylynch Stud, will be steered by Katie Walsh.
It's Only a Dream is number 8, Charles O'Brien teaming up with John O'Neill claiming 7.
Number 9, Knocker Sally Lad, is the mount of Patrick Foley, takes off £7.
It's another Patrick McGee taking off £7, who rides 10, Mujadel again for Noel Mead.
Number 11 comes with a big reputation. It's Rapid Escape, the gelding by Doyen, will be ridden by Jamie Codd.
Tom Hamilton claiming 5 is on number 12, Spinner Yarn by Flemonsforth.
Number 13, Stax Mountain, the mount of David Roach for Henry de Bromhead.
Could we be in for a shark attack? The shark, John Hanlon, has got Stoical Sam, number 14, in the hands of Richard Harding.
Colours of course, Dermot and Diane O'Rourke, familiar colours. Galway Hurdle winner colours in the past. Number 15, Valdieu, trained by Gordon Elliott, and the mount of Lisa O'Neill, Cheltenham Festival winning pilot.
And the bottom one, for what a shrewd outfit this is, the Tyner team putting up Derek O'Connor on number 16, Vision de Flo.
And it's a real good betting heat, folks. Early Doors and Rapid Escape, you can see 15-8 and 2-1 and 8-1 bar, Tom. Lots of cash in the ring for these two horses, and the third favourite is also getting support.
Yeah, you say that, and yet Holographic, Willie Mullins won this race in 13 and 14. Surely Patrick would have had the opportunity to ride him. He doesn't. He sticks understandably with Early Doors. A course and distance winner here at Punchestown on heavy ground. By Soldier of Fortune, you'd anticipate that he's going to like this quicker ground. Rapid Escape, he went through the Cheltenham sales ring, cost nearly $250,000, 240,000 sterling, so you can see why there's a buzz around him, but all the cash for Early Doors.
Early Doors, of course, he's out of a Desert Prince mare by Soldier of Fortune, won here at Punchestown in the colours of J.P. Magner, now in the colours of J.P. McManus. Joseph O'Brien, should we back this horse? Tracy, give us some encouragement.
Yeah, I wonder. Will he tell us? Bram wants to know, should we back this horse, Early Doors?
Listen, we think a lot of him, Tracy. We always did. He's worked very well all along, and he came here and won well early on in the year. The ground was very bad that day, so that's a little
much better here today.
It's much better today. So he will be bred to handle this better ground, but he handles soft ground very well. So it is a question mark. But the horse is in good form, and hopefully he runs a good race.
What's he like at home? Is he quite straightforward to train?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's a laid back horse. He eats and he sleeps. He does his work, and he's been working very well. So hopefully.
Yeah, and switches off nicely and all that sort of thing.
He does, yeah. So yeah, Paddy's going to keep things simple with him.
Yeah, you've got a newcomer as well in this Spinner Yarn. Tell me a bit about him.
Yeah, a nice horse as well, Tracy, by Flemonsforth. It'll be very hard first time out this race, very competitive race, but hopefully he can get some prize money.
Yeah. And then in the last, Cornelius Suller.
Yeah, he's had 5 or 6 runs, been running well. He was second on the listed bumper last time out, and yeah, hopefully he runs a good race, very competitive race.
We're looking forward to seeing this one. The best of luck. Hope he does well for you.
Thanks, Tracy.
Thanks, Joseph.
Yeah, what an interesting race, and he's the first we get a look at is Early Doors. Joseph O'Brien's runner for JP. Patrick Mullins would like to claw back the lead of Mr. Codd, who now leads him by 3. And this fella, he was an impressive winner. He was a 9-length winner here back in February on heavy ground. He looks really well as well, doesn't he?
There's 11 out. The Barnes with the biggest chance to Rapid Escape. It was a very, very easy winner. He beat Henry's Joy at Tinnahealy in a point, and he was a lot of chat about him afterwards. Ended up in Gordon's, and I'd say he's a pretty smart horse.
Your daughter Katie rides this one. This is Holographic, chestnut son of Beat Hollow, and trained by Willie Mullins. He cost 80,000. He's as a 3-year-old, and making his debut here this afternoon. Interesting. Will Jamie be caught, Ted?
Very hard to see him being caught. He's 3 winners ahead, at least 3 winners ahead with 3 or 4 days racing to go, and there's a lot of amateur races, but there's a few races that Jamie will ride in, those Banks races and Hunter's Chases. I mean, Enda's horse looks to be hard to beat the last day in the Hunter's Chase after winning 5 or 6 times.
Boot Camp and Katie Harrington we're looking at here with the white cap. Cost 44,000 and runs in the colours of the Boot Camp partnership. Newcomer, he's a brother to Duke Luca. good sort. Got a good record for producing nice winners, this. Won by Coeur de Lion a year ago, and some nice pedigrees, some very unexposed, as you'd imagine, unexposed sorts. Rapid Escape by Doyen, and he won his point by 10 lengths, didn't he? Tinner Healy.
I've no prices on for the bottom two, have you?
The bottom two?
15 and 16.
Valdieu made 54,000, and he's from the family of Armour Turk, and then Vision de Flos made 25,000.
I haven't there right yet.
Yeah, they're all there.
Oak Tree, is that Mark Dwyer?
Mark Dwyer?
Yeah.
Very good consignor, does very, very well with his pinhooks, every age. So this will be fast and furious, no doubt about it. Michael O'Leary with a couple in the race. He's got Jamie Codd on Rapid Escape. He's also got Lisa O'Neill on Valdier. Stax Mountain there we're having a look at there. Henry de Bromhead's runner, fourth in his only start, and that was at Navan, behind On the Go again. Let's have a look at the betting. Let's hear from the boys.
Thank you, Robert. 7-4 favourite early doors, and it's Rapid Escape a 5-2. Early doors 9-4 best price this morning. Tom Lee now into 7-4.
Yes, indeed. Early doors immensely popular. The other one just being nibbled here in the ring and the betting exchanges. A newcomer from a really, really hot yard right now. Number 1 Boot Camp. We watched Kate Harrington having a walk of the track. Obviously, she liked what she saw, and he's tempting a few punters in around about the 12 and 14 to 1 mark. Number 1 Boot Camp.
7-4 the field then for the 16 runner Goffs Land Rover bumper, and handsome prize money for the first 6 home, 60,000 to the winner, and a Land Rover. Starter calling them forward. This race due off at 6:05, just a few seconds to go. Should approach it dead on, I'd say. Number 4, the
two are going to be handy are Patrick Mullins and Kate Harrington. They're both lining up very much on the pace.
Richard Pugh is our caller for the next 2 races. This race and the Champion Novice Chase, the 3-miler Growwise Champion Novice Chase. Richard, an interesting field for you to call here. You're a point-to-point man. Some form for you in the point-to-point field?
Yeah, Rapid Escape was impressive, as you say. Impressive in a big sort of a galloping way. He's a big, relentless chaser in the making. He'd be more like a sort of a Death Duty if Gordon was going to pitch him in as that sort of a horse. Gordon won it with Petit Mouchoir a couple of years ago. They'd be a world apart, the two horses. Petit Mouchoir was sharp and he was always a 2-miler. This fella in his life. Valdieu is no back number. He won what looked like a sharp maiden at the Pigeons, Lisa O'Neill aboard. I don't think Jamie was in doubt as to what he was picking in Rapid Escape, but he wouldn't like to be leaving Valdieu behind him either. He's possibly the value in that regard, and just trying to get a little bit of room there won't be easy. You can see the 2 Jigginstown caps, and they're good and central, but there can be a little bit of boxing in the early part of this race. There you go, Gallant Jonjo just stepping away from Stax Mountain, but we're about to find out because Paddy Graffin has called them in, and they are racing in the Goffs Land Rover bumper, and out in front Boot Camp is going to be the first to take them along, and taking them along steadily he is, and racing a little keenly in the hands of Kate Harrington. Back in second is Stax Mountain. Early Doors is racing third down the inside. Gallant Jonjo is 4. Holographic is over on the near side under Katie Walsh. Rapid Escape and Valdieu, the stable companions, are tucked in on the inside of It's Only a Dream, and Knocker Sally Ladd is in mid-division in the yellow jacket. There's a couple of yellow jackets behind. Vision to Flow towards the outside, Derek O'Connor, and then Dundee Ladd on the inside. Inside that again is Fortune Street, the mount of last year's winning rider Barry O'Neill, one of 6 riders in the race who've won it before. None have won it twice. Further back, Cast Mate is next, and this one's being followed by his stable companion Mujadil, the 2 known lead train runners. Stoic Sam is last but one, and Spinny Yarn just leaves the straight as the back marker. So across the top of the track they go, and racing right-handed. Boot Camp leads them away from the stands, from Holographic in second. Early Doors is third. They're being followed in fourth by Stax Mountain. Rapid Escape, you'd have thought he'd like a little bit more pace than this. He's tucked in on the inside of Gallant John Joe, and then towards the outside it's Only a Dream. Vision to Flow is the yellow jacket racing wide, with another yellow jacket Dundee lad towards the inside of this one, with Knocker Sally Lad also in that group. Caskmate is tucked in 3/4 ways back on the inside with the hoop sleeves. Stoical Sam is on his outside, the orange sleeves of Mujadel last but one, and Spinny Yarn brings up the rear. So they're continuing to race away from the stands now, with out in front Boot Camp, Kate Harrington for the Inform Harrington team. Kate and her mother Jessica won this back in 2009 with Imperial Cascade. They lead the way. Two on the outside, Katie Walsh aboard Holographic, just behind them Stax Mountain and Davy Roach. Early Doors and Patrick Mullins towards the inside, and then just outside this one is It's Only a Dream. The two JP McManus runners keep almost company. Then Gallant John Joe and Rapid Escape on the inner. Vision to Flow next, and further back to Valdieu. They're being followed just in behind by the Barry O'Neill ridden Fortune Street. Behind this one, Cask Mountain and Danny Benson make a little bit of ground. Further back behind these to Knocker Sally Lad, who's on the outside of Dundee Lad. Spinny Yarns making a little bit of ground at the expense of Stoical Salmon. In between those is Mujadel. So they're right across from the far side of the stands. They've about a mile to go, and it is out in front. Boot Camp from Stax Mountain. Holographic is third. The Early Doors is on the inside of It's Only a Dream, and they're being followed by Rapid Escape. Gallant John Joe's next on the outside. Just in behind these, Valdieu with Vision to Flow just gone up a half a length on this one's outside. Fortune Street is next. They're being followed towards the back by Cask Mountain, who's on the inside of Knocker Sally Lad and Dundee Lad. Spinny Yarn towards the back with Mujadil and Stoical Sam. They've not gone pretty quick in the early part of this race. It's going to play into the speed hand, as out in front it's Boot Camp from Stax Mountain, who's just outside. He's closely related to a Cheltenham bumper runner-up Battleford. On the outside of this one is Holographic. On the inside, Early Doors. It's Only a Dream is in between them. Rapid Escape is just behind them. Gallant John Joe and the orange braces is next. The bright yellow jacket improving is Derek O'Connor and Vision to Flow. Valdieu and Lisa O'Neill down the inside trying to get a little closer. Fortune Street is next, and then trying to get into a Cask Mate is looking for ground down the inside. So they make their way towards the turn in, and it's Boot Camp who has the advantage, but well, right up on the outside for company Stax Mate. Holographic is now ridden. Early Doors just being niggled along. Then comes a ridden along in the centre. It's Only a Dream. Rapid Escape has asked for his effort now. This Vision to Flow has travelled sweetly throughout. Just behind them, Gallant John Joe. Valdieu's not picking up now as they straighten up towards home, and it's Boot Camp who's dictated. Holographic is finding plenty. Early Doors is switched wide. In between them, Stax Mountain and Vision to Flow picking up all the time as they go four in line on towards the final furlong, and Vision to Flow is picked up on the near side. Over on the far side, it's Holographic. They're running around behind, but Vision to Flow has the advantage. Holographic is second. Early Doors is third. Rapid Escape is four, but it's Vision to Flow who has the advantage by about a half a length. Holographic's not giving in on the far side. Vision to Flow head down, all out. Holographic's coming back at him now. Vision to Flow has just seen it out from Holographic, but it was close. Back in third was Early Doors. Graphic John Joe was next. Gallant John Joe in front of the next one to go, Rapid Escape, and then Fortune Street, the long-time leader, Boot Camp, Valdieu, Stax Mountain, Spinny Yarn, It's Only a Dream, and right back to Dundee Lad and Knocker Sally Lad in the back marker with Stoical Sam. But this is a family success. Vision to Flow was knocked down to Derek O'Connor's brother Porrick for 25,000. He runs in the colours of his sister-in-law Grania, and Derek, who won it back in 2007, is back in the winner's enclosure again. Robert Tyner 12 months later.
Well, Vision to Flow has come there as if he was going to win well, but in the client stages, Katie Walsh gets another run out of the horse on the inside, but he beats her about a good head or a neck. There's Robert Tyner. Good man, Robert Tyner. Well done, Robert Tyner. He's getting some kick out of this. Big pot, £100,000 bumper, and the O'Connors. There's Porrick O'Connor, Derek's brother. Look at Robert Tyner. Well done, Robert. Great excitement here. Willie's horse ran well, just took a bit of time to round off the last bend. Derek O'Connor comes around on her outside. At this stage, you'd think that Holographic was only going to be third or fourth. Patrick arrives up in the favourite here, Early Doors, but he finds no more. Katie gets out in her left hand, gets the rail, and this Holographic responds to every crack she gives him. But Vision to Flow arrives and he's outside, and it's going that much better and quickens up well. Looked like he was going to beat her a couple of lengths there. When he gets to the front, he doesn't do any more, and Holographic battles back on her inside again, but Vision to Flow just had enough up his sleeve to hold her, and holds her all the way to the line. Hard as Holographic tries, he just can't peg back that deficit, and Vision to Flow stays going to win.
Yeah, what an exciting race, and well done to all concerned. Well done to the breeders and the vendor as well. Norman Williamson's Oak Tree Farm was the vendor of this Vision to Flow, and 25,000. Well, that was his reward in the sales ring, and well done to the O'Connors for buying the horse. And we can go through that in due course. But here's Tracy now with one of the winning connections.
Yes, I'm here, of course, with Robert Tyner. Delighted, I'm sure. That was absolutely fantastic. You've done it again. What does that feel like?
Thrilled. You know, bought him from the same connections as we did last year's winner. But I think we deserved to win it after we were unlucky. We lost last year's winner. And he was a nice horse, and it was a pity, you know, but it's nice to come back and do it again.
Absolutely. And he really stuck to his guns because, you know, that horse coming up on the inside, and he wasn't going to give up. He's a real tough cookie, isn't he?
Yeah, he travels well and he stays well, you know. I was Jean Jarrick up a bit that he does stay, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, he did it well, and he was always going to get there, really, you know.
And Derek, of course, the man on board, he was superb again.
Yeah, he's owned by Derek's brother, Porrick, and his wife, Grania, you know.
Yeah, so it's a real family affair.
It is, yeah.
It's absolutely fantastic. And a great pot, too.
So it's very nice.
Listen, well done. Delighted for you, Robert. Congratulations.
Yeah, well done. Look at that. That's a winner for you. And Robert Tyner, fantastic performance. Vision de Flo, his second successive winner of this race following Coeur de Lion. And Padraig O'Connor, the winning purchaser at 25,000, and ends up with Derek Brother in the saddle and winning a really exciting one, beating Holographic and Katie Walsh into second place. And this Son of Balka, I was telling you, out of a Turgeon mare who's out of a Garde Royale mare, and the dam, well, she's a half-sister to Salute Flo, who's a Cheltenham Festival winner. He won the Byrne Group Plate. And the third dam, she was a nice French bred who was a listed winner over jumps in France. Some decent horses down through the generations. The German Derby winner on the page in All My Dreams. And being escorted back now, Vision de Fleur, to the winner's enclosure.
Yes, the Goffs Land Rover bumper goes to the trainer Robert Tyner, trains down near Kinsale in County Cork, a man that knows the time of day, of course. Husband and wife combination, Robert and Mary Tyner. They win it for the second consecutive year. The horse in question, number 16, Vision de Flo, returned at 12-1, of course, sold to the sales by Norman and Janet Williamson. Real good consigners. Wins by a neck from Holographic, running a blinder for Willie Mullins and Ballylynch stud, and second in the hands of Katie Walsh at 7-1, and third, number 4, Early Doors, your 6-4 favourite. That's 12-1 winner. Vision de Flo wins the Goffs Land Rover bumper for trainer Robert Tyner and jockey Derek O'Connor.
Yeah, coming back now. Handsome winner. All the money was for Early Doors, and it'll be a little disappointing for Patrick, no doubt, Patrick Mullins, who just might have clawed one back, but he wasn't good enough, and you could see that some way out. He wasn't going to win this one. It was a two-way tussle in the end.
Derek lost his mother during the year, Jean, and great to see the family here getting such a kick out of this. Great family, Jean O'Connor, Jean Moore, as I know her when she was riding, and a great woman she was, and she's bred an absolutely star in this fella. What a rider. I mean, he's ridden over 1,000 point winners. I don't think I've ever seen a better man to ride over a fence than a point in my life, and I've seen a lot of them, from Connie Vaughan and Billy McLaren and all them great riders, but this man is right up there with the very best. That's Padraig O'Connor, Derek's brother there in the background. Thumbs up. Robert Tyner, who had ridden a lot of winners for over the years. Robert, near side here. A great family success. Great for Janice and Norman as well. They sold this horse, and I think they sold last year's horse as well too.
They got a smashing stud up on the borders of Meath and Westmeath.
This horse by Balco, French bred horse. Derek always rides a very patient race. He took his time. If you watch back through the race, he sneaks along, arrived on the outside of Katie, turning into the straight. Thought he was sure to win 2 or 3 lengths, but when he got into the battle, he didn't just maybe find. You can have a look at the finish again. See him in the yellow colours here. He arrives up on the outside. Katie has taken it up there on a Holographic, and he's run a cracker. His first run as well too. But Derek arrives. Katie is hard at work. Derek is hands and heels. You think he was going to go by her and win 2 or 3 lengths, but typical one of Willie's, keeps going all the way to the line. Hard as he tries, he just can't find any more. But just when Derek goes to pick it up and go for him, he just doesn't put the grace to bed. And Katie gets a renewed effort out of holographic on the far side, and Derek has to get serious then and holds her a head or a neck, and he held her even 100 yards beyond the line. She was never going to get back at him. But as I said, a great win for the O'Connor family. Two brothers there together. Runs in the colours of Mrs. Grania O'Connor.
Patrick and Jamie were third and fourth. Good run by Rapid Escape over this trip. He'd been impressive over 3 miles, winning his maiden in Tinahely, and wasn't the strongest of paces, and he kept going really well. Nice horse for the future. He'd cost 46,000 when sold by Rathmore Stud, and went on to breeze up, making 240. So 240 sterling. Andy, you're going to talk to the winning rider. Derek, here you go.
Yeah, I bumped into Derek in the weigh room earlier, and he told me I better interview him, so he's given me good reason to do so now. Derek, you've had plenty of big winners here, but this must rank right up there.
It's very special for lots of reasons. It's a family horse. It's owned by my brother, and his family are all here. And it was a tough old year, and we lost our mother before Christmas, and it's kind of emotional today. It's one of them occasions, and it's kind of getting to me a little bit after pulling up. It's just a very nice day.
Your mother was hugely involved in the horses with you as well?
Massively. Yeah, she was come racing with me all the time. She would just be in tears if she was here today.
Congratulations. I'm sure your brother Park feels the exact same.
Yeah. He's a tremendous horse. Robert Tyner done a wonderful job. This fellow's done all the jumping to go Point of Point, and he's all the training done to go Point of Point. And he just kept saying, I think he's a little bit better. And with no preparation run, to come straight here and to win the Land Rover bumper and do it nicely as well. Like I said, it was a good performance. I'm anxious to see the video afterwards now, but he's a very, very special horse and a great training performance.
Congratulations. I'm sure your mother will be proud of the lot of you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, well done to everybody. What a win, what a success to come here as we heard from Derek, first time and win such a big pot as that. And Rapid Escape, I did mention, of course, that he made 240,000 sterling. That was after he'd won his Point of Point. We've got another race to come. It's Grade 1 action, the third of our Grade 1s of the day. It's the Growwise Champion Steeplechase coming up next.